If you're a maintenance supervisor for a commercial property, you've had to deal with everything from leaky faucets to flickering light bulbs. But nothing's worse than that ancient boiler that's lived in the building since the day it was built, 50 years ago. It's enough to make anyone lose their cool. That's where Grainger comes in. With industrial-grade products and dependable fast delivery, Grainger can help with any challenge, from worn-out components to everyday necessities. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
This is Scott Becker with the Becker Private Equity and Business Podcast. So today's discussion is the GI business is a-changing. And here's what we're going to talk about for a moment. There are two business notes that sort of drive me towards this discussion about the GI business. It's not changing that quickly. The colonoscopy is still the core way of detecting colon cancer, and so important to have that kind of screening. But two things we're watching. Cologuard by Exact Sciences just received a nice bump in reimbursement from CMS. This is very, very important. Just based on that bump from CMS, the Exact Sciences, the maker of Cologuard, went up by, I think, 9-10% on Wednesday. I don't have a final number in because we're recording on Wednesday, but it's just having a blowout day based on CMS reimbursement going up. CMS reimbursement still matters. And this does not mean we're doing away with colonoscopies. In fact, whenever I see anything that's new science, new efforts, et cetera, it ultimately leads to more because people get more information earlier and are more likely to go get a colonoscopy versus getting rid of a colonoscopy. The other thing we're watching, and this is in our discussion with gastroenterologists, GI doctors, is their adoption of this technology called GI Genius. As far as I know, GI Genius is not a sponsor at all of Becker's Healthcare. I don't believe so. I don't know. I've not checked. But I do hear relentlessly physicians more and more positive about GI Genius in helping their catch rate of small polyps that can be precancerous when they're doing colonoscopies. Again, none of these are likely to be a complete upset of the GI and gastroenterology and endoscopy business. But to me, they're fascinating trends that we're watching in the evolution of the GI business, both Exact Sciences and Cologuard and GI Genius with colonoscopies. I hear more and more from gastroenterologists, not that it's a total game changer, but it's really, really helpful. And it seems like in not too long, it'll be state of the art or state of practice that a gastroenterologist won't do a colonoscopy without GI Genius or something similar to it to help them as a tool to better catch polyps in precancerous growths. So that's our discussion today. The GI business is changing like a rolling stone. Thank you for listening to the Becker Private Equity and Business Podcast. Separately, we've got the Becker Business Podcast, the Becker Technology Podcast. We love our listeners. Thank you for listening.